Hello, my YouTube subscribers, and just hello, YouTube community. I know I look like Marty McFly from Back to the Future Part 2. Wasn't my intention. My hat just happens to match what I'm wearing. So, this is why I got this at a event in Stroudsburg last year. So, I like wearing it every now and then. I also got it because it makes me look like Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd from Two Wild and Crazy Guys. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. This is a video for people who are thinking of becoming atheists or thinking of leaving their religion. Question is, do you want to become an atheist because there's celebrities that like that are atheists? If so, that's a poor reason. People become atheists because they can't stand the hypocrisy, misogynistic, murderous, sick and sadistic thing that people call God. We just can't worship that because we know how sick and twisted he is. So, the reasons why you want to become an atheist, if it's because of popularity, you're doing it for the wrong reason. But if it's for a certain reason, like in my case, a nun refused to pray for me because I was a Protestant, and that really turned me off from religion. That made me look into agnosticism, and I made the transition pretty quickly. So, you need to have a good reason to become an atheist. Are you gay and your family says you're going to go to hell because you're gay? If so, become an atheist, really. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a recruitment video to build an atheist army. I'm just saying that it's an option to have on the table. Another reason is, if you're just sick of the hypocrisy of religion, and you're like, I can't believe in this anymore, and you become an atheist, or if you have depression and religion's going to lead you to committing suicide, that's another reason to become an atheist. You have to have a really good reason to become an atheist. Another thing is, if you want to become an atheist, build up your atheist literature library. I started my library with A Brief History of Time, then I added on to it with A Universe from Nothing, and then a book that all atheists, it's a must-have for every atheist and agnostic, The God Delusion, which I have 3 of them, and you could have other books that are theistic, like the Bible. You can use that as a reference to point out the hypocrisy of religion and where the Bible contradicts itself, which is all the time. But you could have a variety selection of books that don't necessarily have to be atheist-like. They could be fiction, they could be non-fiction, they could be the biography of James Stewart, it could be the biography of Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe. It doesn't matter. But build up. Your main book should be about atheism, and you should display your atheism like you're wearing it on your sleeve. And that's the other thing. Here's an option if you become an atheist to wear your atheism on your sleeve. I only have one atheistic shirt, which is keep calm and use logic. Now, do I like to wear my atheism on my sleeve in public? No, not really. But at home, yeah, I'll wear it. I'll wear my shirt at home, but will I wear it in public? No. Because I want to cause arguments. Because in general, I'm a pretty nice guy, and I have no problem with religious people. I just have a problem with fundamentalist religious people, which I'm pretty sure modern religious people have a problem with them too. So, if you come across a modern religious person and they say, I can't stand the son of a bitch, he's a fundamentalist on my church, and you could have a discussion right away and say, I don't believe in God, but I completely agree with you. Fundamentalists are crazy. And you can have a conversation on a level ground. And that's an option. You could wear your atheism on your sleeve. That's an option. You could wear it at home, or you could wear it in public, or you could wear it in both. But you want to display your atheism, at least in your home, if not in public. Another thing is, don't necessarily get rid of all your crosses, your rosaries, or your religious necklaces, because just because you don't believe in God doesn't mean that those necklaces that were given to you by a family member or friend have no worth. They have more meaning to you. They should have more meaning to you now than they did when you were religious. I have a St. Christopher Protect Us necklace medallion that my great-grandmother gave to me when she got this. It was a free gift to her when she gave money to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and she gave it to me, and I haven't worn it when I was religious. But now that I'm an atheist, I've been for the past year already. It has more meaning to me. It really does. It's more of a special possession to me than it was when I was religious. So don't necessarily get rid of all your crosses or your rosaries, because they should have more meaning to you because someone gave it to you than the belief in God. I'm just putting it out there. Another thing is, knowing to pick debates with. Now, as an atheist, you're probably going to be debating a lot of people on the topic of religion. It could be your family members, but you're probably not going to say, I hate you, I don't want to see you again. If you're in a family like that, really patch up the relationship, patch up the holes. Have discussions about religion every now and then. But don't get to the extremes of where, like, saying you hate your family members. No. You can have discussions with your family, and most likely your family is going to be more accepting of you being an atheist. Because your family loves you, obviously. That's not true in all cases, but in most cases that is true. So, when you want to pick a debate on religion, and someone posts something completely stupid, and you want to say you're wrong, and you want to show them they're wrong, but you also want to tell them with logic and reason why they're wrong, all you need to do, really, is, that's why you have to have an atheism library, because the God delusion pretty much pokes at hypocrisies in all religions. And, is Richard Dawkins saying anyone who's a part of that religion, are they bad people? He's not saying that. He's saying there could be a religious person, they could be very good people, but their religion is just dangerous if it's to the extreme. And that's a good thing about Richard Dawkins. He can be a little crazy from time to time. He could be overly militant with his atheism, but from time to time and most of the time he has no problem with moderate religious people, because they think like atheists in a lot of ways. But he just doesn't like fundamentalists, which no one likes fundamentalists. So you want to be careful who you pick your debates with. You don't want to pick a debate with a true hardcore fundamentalist. You want to pick a debate, not even with a moderate religious person, but you want to pick a debate with a light-hearted fundamentalist. There's a hardcore fundamentalist and there's a light fundamentalist, and those are the ones you want to have your debates with. One last thing that's on the top of my head that I could tell you. If you want to become an atheist, then one final thing I could tell you is you're more likely gonna be more compassionate, more of a caring human being than you were when you were religious. So volunteer with soup kitchens. I know they're run by religious organizations, but it's us who volunteer our time more than religious people. Give $1 or $2 to a homeless person who asks for money, really, because you're going to see a religious person, a fundamentalist religious person to be specific, kick them over when they're down. You just want to show that atheists are not bad people like these fundamentalist religious people want to make us. We're not. We're not bad people. We're actually more compassionate than the fundamentalists. And even moderate religious people see how evil the fundamentalists are. And they see how good atheists are compared to the fundamentalists. So just be kind to one another. Be kind to a religious person. Be kind to an agnostic. Be kind to anyone, really, of any other religion, color, creed, because atheism is portrayed as evil. And it isn't. It really isn't. Not at all, really, because atheism is actually more of a grasping reality. And I can grasp reality now because I'm an atheist. When I was religious, I didn't have any sense of reality whatsoever. Since I became an atheist, I not only have a sense of reality, but I'm more down to earth than I was when I was a religious person. I'm more of a caring person than I was when I was a religious person. When I was a religious person, I was homophobic. I started sentences, I'm not against gay people, but I was homophobic when I was religious, and I really looked at myself, I said, I'm better than this. So, atheism changed my life for the good. I can guarantee you, atheism will change your life for the better as well. And if you're a fundamentalist religious person watching this saying, oh, you're spreading nothing but hypocrisy and lies, no, I'm not. The only one who's spreading hypocrisy and lies is you. Telling someone you're told at church to love one another as Jesus Christ loved you, or Allah loved you and all that. But then when push comes to shove and a homeless person who has no place to go, the same clothes they had on their backs for years, when they ask you for a little bit of money or just a little bit of change so they could get a soda or a snack from the vending machine, or $20 so they could get themselves a meal from a restaurant, and you tell them, no, get away from me, filth bag, you're the problem. It's not the homeless person, it's you. The homeless person does not choose to be homeless. They're homeless for a reason. And it's only kind enough to give a little bit of spare change, which you're not going to use anyway. So, with that being said, atheism will change your life for the better. Believe me.